Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to CPS News with Jesse and Brett, the news that speaks your language, and, as you know, the only televised news in all of Bahia de Banderas and Puerto Vallarta that is all in English every Monday night, bringing you all the news. And speaking of bringing you news, here's one of our best news bringers. How you doing? I couldn't transition into that very easily. Welcome, Jesse. How are you?
That's okay. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for asking.
Well, you're welcome, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're ready for all the information that we have for you this evening, and I hope you have a fantastic month. It's June already, and it is getting hotter and hotter by the day.
It is true. I don't know if it's ever going to get any cooler, but you know what's cool? The headlines. That was a better transition.
There you go.
All right, everybody, let's go.
Tonight on CPS News. Puerto Vallarta celebrates 108 years as a municipality and 58 years as a city. But what challenges lie ahead as the region continues to grow? The recent landfill fire at El Gavilan exposes equipment shortages. Mayor Luis Munguia orders immediate repairs to critical machinery. Thousands gather in Guadalajara as supporters celebrate President Claudia Sheinbaum's second anniversary since her electoral victory. 2 Puerto Vallarta police officers are ordered to stand trial over allegations involving the detention and mistreatment of a gay couple. Thinking of moving to Mexico? My Destination joins us with important information about healthcare and insurance for expats. In sports, Sayulita welcomes more than 300 athletes for the National Surf Olympics 2026. All this and much more on CPS News, the news that speaks your language.
Well, thank you, Maria, for those headlines. Now let's get into our first story tonight. As Puerto Vallarta celebrates its 108th anniversary as a municipality and 58 years as a city, the destination stands at an important crossroads. What began as a small fishing village has grown into one of Mexico's most successful tourism destinations, attracting visitors, investors, and new residents from around the world. Today, the greater Puerto Vallarta and Bahia de Banderas region is home to well over 500,000 people and remains a major gateway for international tourism. But with that success come significant challenges. Rapid population growth and real estate development are placing increasing pressure on roads, public services, water resources, and urban infrastructure. Traffic congestion, environmental concerns, and the need for better regional connectivity are among the issues residents say require immediate attention. At the same time, city leaders and experts point to opportunities in technology, medical tourism, education, and the digital economy as ways to diversify beyond tourism. Looking ahead, Puerto Vallarta's future will depend on finding the right balance between economic growth, environmental sustainability, public safety, and quality of life. At 108 years old or young, the city has much to celebrate, but its greatest challenges may be building a more resilient, sustainable, and inclusive future for generations to come. Thank you to Rodrigo Lopez for our first story tonight.
Great, good story. Now, if you've seen anything floating around on social media about a U.S. travel warning for Puerto Vallarta, here's the official word straight from the state government.
The government of Jalisco has officially dismissed reports suggesting that the United States has issued a travel warning against Puerto Vallarta. Speaking during a meeting with business leaders in Puerto Vallarta, Perla Lorena Lopez Guizar, executive secretary of the State Public Security Council, stated that no official travel advisory has been issued by U.S. authorities. When asked about reports circulating in some U.S. media outlets, Lopez Guizar responded, quote, "No, officially there is not one." End quote. She added that neither the U.S. Embassy nor the U.S. State Department has provided any formal documentation supporting claims of a travel alert targeting Puerto Vallarta. The meeting focused on security preparations ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Officials announced the creation of a Regional Security Advisory Council, which will meet monthly to strengthen coordination among authorities and the private sector. State officials also highlighted ongoing security efforts, noting that more than 15,000 personnel from federal, state, and municipal agencies are participating in strategic operations across Guadalajara, Puerto Vallarta, and several of Jalisco's popular tourist destinations. Meanwhile, representatives from the Jalisco State Prosecutor's Office reiterated that there is no evidence linking recent homicides of women in Puerto Vallarta to a serial killer. Authorities say multiple lines of investigation remain active. With information from Carolina Gomez, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thank you, Joe. Now, our next story is all about that huge fire that we were all able to smell, and some even saw it last week, as it really ruined our air quality. I'm sure you smelled it and you felt it, as all of the above. So I'm talking about the recent landfill at El Galavan, and it's shining a light on some serious gaps in the city's equipment. The good thing is that Mayor Munguia is not letting it slide.
Puerto Vallarta Mayor Luis Ernesto Munguia Gonzalez is calling for immediate action to repair municipal machinery that was unavailable during the recent fire at the El Gavilan landfill in El Colorado. The mayor urged Treasurer Hugo Robles and Public Works Director Jose Andres Abundis to coordinate efforts and expedite repairs on equipment currently sitting in workshops due to pending parts or administrative procedures. The request comes after officials reported a shortage of heavy machinery needed to move debris and contain the landfill fire. At one point, only 2 fire trucks were operating at the scene, while additional water tankers and equipment were urgently needed. Firefighters also continued working after borrowed machinery had been withdrawn. Munguia thanked Jalisco Government Secretary Salvador Zamora for sending equipment, vehicles, crews, and a helicopter to assist in controlling the blaze. Authorities say the fire is now under control, and an investigation will determine whether it was accidental or intentionally set. With information from Carolina Garcia, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Yeah, important work underway there, and thank you for that. Now, turning from Public Works to your own home improvement plans, Jesse has a special announcement from one of our sponsors.
Well, a lot of the people I have asked about this thinks this was totally intentional, but I would like your opinion. Send it to our website, jesseandbrentpv.weebly.com, or do it using the YouTube comments section. We read each and every one of the comments because we care about your opinion. Now, a quick message from our sponsors. Pay attention, especially if you're thinking about upgrading your home or starting a new project. Cerámicas Exclusivas has exciting news. They have recently moved to a new location at Carretera Las Palmas 235, number 10, Colonia Las Juntas in Puerto Vallarta. Their brand new showroom will be ready on June 5th, but they are open for business right now. So feel free to stop by and explore their amazing selection. Pardon their dust as they settle in. From premium ceramics to designer fixtures and smart home solutions, Cerámicas Exclusivas has everything you need. Follow them on social media or give them a call at 33 13 18 27 78. Cerámicas Exclusivas, the perfect choice for exceptional projects.
Exceptional reading there, by the way, with those exceptional products. All right, let's have a little fun. You want to have some fun? You like fun? Yay, it's time for On This Day.
Yes. Did you do your homework?
I did mine, barely. I was busy. I was helping friends move today, actually, all day.
Let's do some shout-outs. Shout-outs to your friends that moved. And also shout-outs to the readers of CPS News, Maria and Joe. Thanks for your hard work. And also shout-out to Ismael Reyes. He's right here on the set. He came to say, to say hello and also to check out how we do the CPS News right here, live.
Yeah, we don't generally get a live audience. I mean, the Day of the News guy stuck out there all the time being our live audience, and he's always clapping for me and doing jazz hands, and I appreciate that. But Ishmael, I'm so happy to have you out here. Thanks for coming out. And all he did was write to us, and he asked for a tour, and he got one. You can do that too. All right, you ready for On This Day?
Let's do it.
All right, I did my homework. Here it is. Number 1. I'm not really sure how to present this one. I always kind of have something catchy, but I'm not sure right yet. The very first one is Dare Day.
Ooh, I dare you.
Yeah, I know, I'm not ready. Everything I'm thinking, like, I dare you to get up and dance, but you can't do that on set. It's not going to work.
I bet you can, Brent.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not. But it is Dare Day. So you need to dare somebody to do something. Today is the day to do it. There's a lot of D's in that sentence. All right, next one with more D's is Wear a Dress Day.
Wear a dress day? I didn't know, so I wear a skirt.
You could have dared me to wear a dress, and you would have knocked out my first 2 in 1. No, I'm actually not wearing a dress. People always wonder and they ask, what are you wearing behind that news desk? And what I would tell you is, come have a tour and you'll know.
There you go.
But till then, my secret. Don't tell anybody, Jesse. And last but not least, it's kind of a weird one. It's Flip a Coin Day.
Flip a coin. There you go.
Not sure why, but there you go.
That's always fun.
Yeah, sure.
I like to flip a coin sometimes. All right, well, we're officially on day 150 of the year, which means there are 215 days left of 2026 and 10 more days to go before the World Cup gets in. So exciting. All right, World Milk Day is today.
Yay. Do you like milk?
Just on my coffee in the morning.
Just in my coffee, not a milk lover.
Well, not anymore, but I used to love milk.
Okay, used to.
Do you like milk?
Yeah, I like it in my cereal, I like it in my coffee.
I don't even eat cereal anymore.
You are so mature compared to me.
I know.
I mean, I dare you to be any more mature than you are. My God, okay.
All right, it's also National Navy Day, so,
Hey.
Shout out to all of the brave men and women out at sea who keep Mexico's, world moving or whatever.
In the Navy.
It's also Global Day of Parents. So congratulations to all of us parents, moms and dads. You guys rock. You're doing a great job. Yes, you are.
Thank you for breeding. Thank you very much. Keeping the world going. Appreciate that.
It's also World Reef Day. Very important reminder. And of course, we're going to be listening to a story about Ocean Day Festival later on the newscast. So, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty much it, unless you guys want to listen to a quick blast from the past. Because on this exact day, but back in 1980, a billionaire named Ted Turner, he completely changed how we get our news by launching CNN. So happy birthday to CNN. So
Nicely done, nicely done. Nice job, overachiever. My 3. And we learned that she doesn't like milk and she doesn't like cereal. So boom, there you go. All right, you want to take a quick break?
Let's do it.
All
and
right.
then when we come back, more information for you. So stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. And I've got some information that happened in Guadalajara this time. Some national news. Thousands of supporters gathered Sunday in Guadalajara's Plaza Juarez to watch a message from Mexican President Sheinbaum marking the 2nd anniversary of her electoral victory. The event was part of a nationwide mobilization organized by Morena, with the public gatherings taking place simultaneously in all 32 Mexican states as supporters followed the president's address from Mexico City. According to organizers, more than 25,000 people attended the Guadalajara event. Families, senior citizens, young people, and workers filled much of the plaza as they watched the broadcast on the large screens and listened through the sound system set up throughout the entire venue. Supporters began arriving early in the morning, with dozens of buses transporting participants from different parts of Jalisco to the city center. The gathering featured music, chants, and displays of support for the political movement led by President Sheinbaum. Organizers described the event as a celebration of the administration's accomplishments and a demonstration of continued backing for the president's agenda. The Guadalajara rally was one of the largest anniversary gatherings held outside Mexico City as Morena supporters across the country commemorated the milestone. Thank you so much for Jimena Baumgarten for that story.
That gathering on Sunday really showed that no matter where people stand politically, President Claudia Sheinbaum and Morena still know how to rally a crowd. And let's go and continue to the next story, because a legal battle is continuing to unfold over in Nayarit, raising serious concerns about the rights of environmental defenders. Here's the latest.
A legal battle continues to unfold in Nayarit, raising concerns about the criminalization of social protests. In a surprising turn, the Nayarit Attorney General's office confirmed this week that 8 arrest warrants remain in place against activists defending Playa Las Cocinas in Punta de Mita. These warrants, for charges including threats and property damage, have yet to be executed, with authorities citing ongoing negotiations and legal appeals. While the Attorney General, Ludmila Heredia Verdugo, stated there's no immediate intention to act on these warrants, she emphasized that a formal resolution, either a restorative agreement or a legal pardon from the accusing company Cantiles de Mita S.A. de CB, is the only way to close the case. Meanwhile, Bahía de Banderas Mayor Héctor Santana Garcia announced a meeting where some activists received non-criminal action notices and certificates of no criminal record. However, key figures like Pepe Avila and Efraín López, also facing warrants, were not present. Despite the mayor's public statement suggesting the case was closed, the Attorney General's office has not confirmed any official pardon. This means the judicial process isn't truly dismissed, but rather suspended or frozen during negotiations. Activists continue to call for the charges to be dropped, arguing they represent an attempt to criminalize their defense of public spaces. The fight for Playa Las Cocinas and the broader issue of protest rights remains unresolved. We'll continue to follow this developing story. With information from Israel Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
And there's more to the story because despite some statements from local officials suggesting the case was resolved, the legal reality tells a different story. Let's hear it again from Joe.
Nayarit, State Attorney General Ludmila Heredia confirmed that 8 active arrest warrants remain in place against environmental and community defenders involved in protests over the beach and a controversial coastal construction project. According to the Attorney General, the warrants have not been executed because negotiations are ongoing between the complaint company, Cantiles de Mita, a subsidiary of Grupo Dine, and the accused individuals. Several of those targeted have also obtained court injunctions temporarily preventing enforcement. Officials say there is currently no intention to carry out the arrests. The Attorney General explained that the criminal case can only be formally closed through a legal settlement or if the company grants legal forgiveness to those accused. However, later the same day, Bahia de Banderas Mayor Hector Santana announced that some members of the movement have received letters certifying no criminal record and were informed of what he described as a non-criminal action. Despite public claims that the case has been closed, legal experts note that the arrest warrants remain active and the criminal proceedings continue. So far, authorities have not confirmed that the developer has withdrawn its complaint. Activists maintain that the charges are an attempt to criminalize social protest and environmental defense efforts in Punta de Mita. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
So even though there's been some talk that the whole thing is resolved, the legal reality on the ground is still pretty messy. It's basically a classic standoff. Activists are calling it an attempt to quiet down local protests, while the authorities say the case is technically stuck in limbo until the developer officially drops it. Definitely a tense situation to watch. But now let's make a parenthesis and talk about Capital Bank. Capital Bank is redefining banking in Puerto Vallarta, designed for expats, investors, and seasonal residents who expect more privacy, more discretion, and real personal service. Also enjoy personalized deposits, withdrawals, and direct access, all with competitive, transparent returns. No lines, no complexity, just smart, effortless banking. Plus, you can earn around 9% annually with clear options. Visit Capital Bank in Sayulita, Flamingos, Zona Romantica, or Marina Vallarta. Or you can call them at 322-209-0696. Capital Bank, finances without complications.
Thank you, Jesse, for that. And now this next story out of Puerto Vallarta is important, and it's one that advocates say could set an important precedent for LGBTQ plus rights in the city. 2 officers from the Puerto Vallarta Municipal Police Department have been formally ordered to stand trial on charges of abuse of authority following allegations that they arbitrarily detained and mistreated a gay couple in the city's popular romantic zone. The officers, identified as Roberto Eñe and Luis Antonio Eñe, are accused of unlawfully detaining and allegedly using violence against 2 individuals in the area that are gay. Visitors from San Luis Potosí is where they came from, actually, sorry. The incident reportedly occurred during the early morning hours of July 19, 2024, and according to a ruling issued by the Control Court of the Accusatory and Adversarial Criminal Justice System for Puerto Vallarta's 8th Judicial District, evidence presented by Jalisco's Special Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office was significant to establish probable responsibility on the part of both of the officers. The initial hearing was conducted in 2 stages, beginning on May 20th and concluding on May 25th, 2026, when the judge officially ordered the officers to stand trial. The defendants exercised their constitutional right to request additional time before the court determined their legal status. As precautionary measures, the court ordered both officers to report monthly to the State Unit for the Supervision of Precautionary Measures. They are also prohibited from approaching or contacting the alleged victims. These restrictions will remain in effect for the next 6 months. The judge granted prosecutors 4 months to complete the complementary investigation, during which authorities will continue gathering evidence and strengthening the case. The legal proceedings have been supported by the Vallarta Gay Plus Community Center and the Movement for Equality in Mexico, organizations that described the court's decision as an important step towards accountability for alleged police misconduct and the protection of LGBTQ plus rights in Puerto Vallarta. The case sparked public outrage after details of the alleged incident emerged, raising renewed concerns about accusations of abuse by law enforcement officers in one of Mexico's most prominent tourist destinations. Advocates also say the outcome of the case could set an important precedent for the treatment and protection of LGBTQ plus individuals in the region.
Thanks, Brent. And honestly, it's a huge deal for Vallarta, especially since the city prides itself on being so LGBTQ plus friendly. You don't always see cops actually get called out and sent to trial like this, so everyone's going to be watching closely over the next few months to see if things finally change. Now, I have a word from our sponsor. And in Puerto Vallarta, the best opportunities are taking early. Soliva in Marina Vallarta is a pre-sale development designed for those who understand smart investing and elevated living. With a prime location, strong appreciation potential, and thoughtfully designed spaces, Soliva is where your lifestyle and your portfolio grow together. Imagine waking up surrounded by comfort, design, and everything Puerto Vallarta has to offer. Schedule your showroom visit today at 322-183-3411. Soliva, elevate your life.
All right, and we have a lot more news tonight, so if we chit-chat too much, we're not going to be able to get to all of it, so I think we should go to a commercial. Do you want to take us there?
Let's do it. We'll be back.
Welcome back, everybody, to CPS News. And if you're one of the thousands dreaming of making that big move to Mexico and you're hunting for the perfect condo and scouting out the best taco spots, who isn't? It's usually, those are the fun parts, but behind the scenes, there's one major piece of the puzzle you cannot afford to ignore, and that's figuring out healthcare and insurance. Now let's break that down and what you need to actually know to protect your health and your wallet. We've got our resident relocation expert, Des from MyDestination.com. Take it away, Des.
Hola everyone, it's Des with My Destination, your expert relocation specialist. And today I wanted to talk about something that honestly causes more fear, confusion, and panic for future expats than almost anything else. It's healthcare and health insurance in Mexico. Because here's the truth. Most people spend months researching beaches, cost of living, the neighborhoods, the restaurants, the residency visas, and then suddenly, halfway through planning their move, they realize, oh my God, what happens if I get sick in Mexico? And that's when the panic starts, especially for retirees or people with pre-existing conditions, cancer survivors, people with heart conditions, or honestly, anyone who has ever spent their entire life relying on the U.S. healthcare system. And after helping clients relocate across Mexico for years now, I can tell you this is one of the biggest emotional decision points people face when moving abroad. Now, first, let me say something very important. Mexico absolutely has excellent private health care. There are incredible specialists here, modern private hospitals, English-speaking providers in many areas, and in many cases, costs are dramatically lower than the United States. But the system works very differently than most American and Canadians expect. And if you don't understand those differences before you move, you can end up in some very stressful situations. Now let's talk about the biggest misconceptions. First, Medicare does not work in Mexico. This shocks people constantly. Original Medicare pays absolutely nothing outside of the United States. Not in Mexico, not in Canada, not in Europe, nowhere. Now, some Medicare Advantage plans and some Medicare supplements may reimburse you later for emergency or urgent care. But that leads us to another huge surprise for expats. Mexico often works on a reimbursement model, meaning you pay first, then you submit the paperwork later. And that can include doctor visits, ER visits, labs, MRIs, prescriptions, physical therapy, and medical equipment. Most insurance is only directly accepted for major hospital admissions, usually 24 hours or more. So people moving to Mexico thinking, I have insurance, I'm covered. Then suddenly they're asked for credit card holds, hospital deposits, upfront payments, or reimbursement paperwork, all in Spanish. And that can feel terrifying if no one prepared you for it. Now, another huge reality people need to understand is that international insurance gets expensive fast, especially for older expats, retirees, or people with medical history. And this is where pre-existing conditions become a very big deal. For example, someone with previous cancer treatment, heart conditions, or chronic illness may either not qualify, pay extremely high premiums, or get approved with exclusions, meaning the insurance may never cover anything related to that condition. And this is heartbreaking, sometimes because I've worked with people who delayed their dream to move to Mexico for years because they were afraid of losing medical security. But this is exactly why planning matters, because there are strategies. There are options, and this is why I'm constantly collaborating with healthcare and insurance professionals across Mexico, like Brett Lamar for international insurance, Pam Thompson for healthcare navigation and resources in Puerto Vallarta, and many other trusted professionals throughout the country. Because honestly, trying to figure this out alone from Facebook groups is where people get themselves into trouble. Now, the one thing Pam shared with me recently hit really hard. She had a patient that was air evacuated from Puerto Vallarta to Seattle recently. The cost? $58,500 US out of pocket. That's why air coverage can be extremely important for some expats, especially retirees with serious medical conditions. But even there, not all evacuation policies are equal. Some will evacuate you to the nearest hospital. Very few will actually evacuate you home. That distinction matters a lot. Now let's talk about another topic that causes major confusion for expats moving to Mexico: EAMS versus private healthcare. Mexico basically has two systems: the private healthcare system and the public healthcare system. And these are very different experiences. Now, EAMS works for some people, and experiences do vary depending on the city and the region. But in areas like Puerto Vallarta, Pam explained that overcrowding, long waits, medication shortages, understaffing, and a lack of bilingual support become a major challenge for a lot of people. So again, this isn't about fear. It's about understanding the reality before you move, because the people who usually struggle the most in Mexico are not the people in the worst situations. They're the people who moved without a strategy. The people who do best are usually the ones who understand the system, they plan ahead, they build the right network, and they create a realistic healthcare and financial plan before relocating. And honestly, this is exactly why my relocation services exist. Because moving to Mexico today is not just find an apartment and buy a plane ticket. It's healthcare planning, insurance planning, residency strategy, banking, housing, shipping household goods, legal coordination, and building an actual sustainable life here. Some of my clients are fully DIY. Some just need a consultation. Others want full VIP support and executive level relocation management from beginning to end. Everything I do is customized because every family, every budget, every medical situation, and every relocation timeline is completely different. So if you're considering moving to Mexico and you want help building a realistic strategy, especially around healthcare, insurance, residency, or long-term planning, you can find me at www.mydestination.com or follow me at MyDestination across all social media. And as always, I'll keep sharing real-world information to help people move to Mexico the easy way. Back to you, Brent and Jesse.
Thanks, Des. And if you have follow-up questions, make sure you check out My Destination on social media. And yes, destination is with a Z. Moving on now, speaking of the beauty of this region, World Oceans Day is almost here, and Maria will tell us about the festival.
Puerto Vallarta, Mismaloya, and Yulapa are preparing to celebrate the World Oceans Day Festival 2026, a 4-day event dedicated to ocean conservation, environmental awareness, art, and community action. During a recent interview on Asphalt Radio, festival organizers shared details about the upcoming celebration and the importance of protecting the Bahía de Banderas marine ecosystems. The festival is part of the global World Oceans Day movement and embraces this year's theme, Reimagine Beyond the World We Know, a new relationship with our ocean. The event will feature river and beach cleanups in Mismaloya, Pitial, Los Arcos, Camarones Beach, and La Playita in Yulapa. Organizers will also present an innovative art exhibition featuring works created with papel de ponte, a special paper made from cigarette butts collected from local beaches. Educational activities will include talks, workshops promoting peace and environmental responsibility for children, and the creation of 6 public murals carrying messages of ocean protection and sustainability. The festival aims to bring together artists, volunteers, environmental organizations, businesses, residents, and visitors to inspire positive action for the ocean and future generations. For those interested in participating, volunteering, or becoming sponsors, more information is available at worldoceansdayfestival.org. The World Oceans Day Festival 2026 will take place throughout Puerto Vallarta, Mismaloya, and Yulapa, highlighting the region's commitment to preserving the natural beauty and biodiversity of the Bahía de Banderas. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
I love it. And as someone who is a professional scuba diver and overall water enthusiast, I can tell you firsthand how incredible and fragile our bay really is. Seeing the community come together to protect these reefs and beaches means everything. So whether you grab a trash bag for a beach cleanup or just go out and check out those cool murals, let's all do our part to keep Banderas Bay beautiful. Now, as you know, we are entering the month of June. We're here, and this means Hospital Hoya has a new medical checkup package for this month. Let's hear from Jesse.
Yes, the most valuable player is you. Take charge of your health with a comprehensive medical checkup at Hospital Hoya. This special package includes a general medical consultation, nutritional assessment, electrocardiogram, complete laboratory testing, chest x-ray, and more, all designed to help you stay at the top of your game. Don't wait until symptoms appear. Invest in your health today. Call 322-226-1010 to schedule your appointment. Hospital Hoya Marina, caring for your health is what they do best. This offer is valid through June 30th of this year, and restrictions do apply. And it cannot be combined with other promotions or discounts, just FYI.
All right, so maybe you'll focus on your health during this commercial break, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, because we're going to be right back with Dave the Sports Guy. I know you've been waiting for him. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we are back on CPS News, and yes, it's time for David, the sports guy, with a lot of important sports information. Is that right?
That's correct. And after that build-up, there better be something.
Wow, that was like a lot of sports information from Dave the Sports
That's right.
Guy. Well, we would hope so.
I was in the back doing push-ups and sit-ups like you recommended.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Nicely done.
Right now. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure you've got some World Cup stuff to share. We're almost
There's
there.
always something
We're
FIFA
almost there.
in here.
10 more days.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what you got.
All right. And of course, sports section is brought to you by La Playa Wine and Liquors. At La Playa Wine and Liquors, everyone is welcome. Looking for great variety, competitive prices, and exceptional service in Puerto Vallarta? Visit La Playa, a trusted name with over 80 years of tradition and excellence. Discover an outstanding selection of wines, spirits, and beers from around the world and premium tequilas from Mexico. La Playa, a tradition you can feel, a quality you can enjoy. Order easily through Uber Eats, Didi, Rappi, or Velos Mandados. Please drink responsibly. All right, let's do sports. More than 1,000 people took part Sunday morning in the second annual Race for Children in Puerto Vallarta, one of the featured events celebrating the city's 108th anniversary as a municipality and 58th anniversary as a city. Participants of all ages gathered at the Agustin Flores Contreras Sports Complex before the start of the race, which included 5 and 2 kilometer routes, as well as special races for children. Before the event began, Mayor Luis Munguia and DIF executives thanked participants and emphasized the importance of promoting family activities that support the well-being of local children. The event was filled with music, energy, and community spirit, with every participant receiving a commemorative medal. Organizers say the race continues to grow as one of the most popular family-friendly activities of Puerto Vallarta's anniversary celebrations. And Sayulita is preparing to welcome more than 300 athletes from across Mexico as it hosts the National Surf Olympics 2026 from June 1st through June 6th. For 6 days, the famous waves of this popular beach destination in Bahia de Banderas, Nayarit, will serve as the stage for the country's top young surfers as they compete for national titles in multiple categories. Bahia de Banderas will be strongly represented with a delegation of more than 30 local surfers ready to take on the best talent from around the nation. Organizers say the event further strengthens Sayulita's reputation as one of Mexico's premier surf destinations, while also boosting tourism and showcasing the region's vibrant sports culture. Families, coaches, and surf fans are expected to gather throughout the week for an exciting celebration of athleticism, competition, and the continued growth of surfing in Mexico. And the countdown is on. The FIFA World Cup kicks off June 11th right here in Mexico, with Mexico facing South Africa in the opening match at the iconic Mexico City Stadium, formerly known as Estadio Azteca. The tournament will feature a record 48 teams at 104 matches across Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. Mexico's host cities are Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. Ticket prices in Mexico started around 1,600 pesos for some matches, while opening game tickets begin near only 7,000 pesos. Only 7,000. Fans can also enjoy free FIFA fan festivals, including a massive celebration in Mexico City's Zocalo. And the opening ceremony will feature artists including Manya, Los Angeles Azules, Belinda, Alejandro Fernandez, J Balvin, and Leela Downs. Soccer's biggest party is almost here, and that's it for sports. Now it's going back to Jesse and Brent.
Only 7,000. They're paying
Only
our sports guy
7,000.
too much.
I know. I was looking at the numbers like, well, 1,607. I'm like, wait, that's more.
I need to renegotiate my
confused for a
contract.
moment there. Yes.
Nicely
10
done.
more days, guys.
That's right.
10 more days. So excited
Yes.
about this. All right, now let's take a quick break from all the sports information and let's listen to some information about the My Health program from Hospital.
The program, I would recommend it to anybody new that's coming to Puerto Vallarta, in that I've been a member here for almost 8 years. We have a lot of meetings usually once a month where we get to meet and interact with other members and also to share common concerns regarding health. And the facilities and care here at Hospital is really excellent in Puerto Vallarta. The doctors are all very personable, they're very approachable and easy to speak to. And whenever I've had any utilization of services here at the hospital, it's been a perfect experience. I'd highly recommend it and encourage you all to take part in the My Health program.
Remember to call 322-226-2080 to book your appointment or visit them at Boulevard Francisco Medina Asensio 3970. Now, turning back to local information, Vallarta celebrated its anniversary this weekend, and it took a meaningful look back at how it all began. Maria has the story.
As Puerto Vallarta celebrates 108 years as a municipality and 58 years as a city, local leaders and historians are looking to the past to help shape the future. A special conference titled Puerto, Archive and Memory brought together officials, historians, and preservation experts at City Hall to highlight the importance of protecting the city's historical records and collective memory. Mayor Luis Ernesto Munguia Gonzalez emphasized that a city's identity is strengthened by preserving its history, while municipal historian Moises Hernandez noted that archives help residents better understand the people, events, and milestones that have shaped Puerto Vallarta over the decades. The event also featured presentations from municipal and state archive specialists who stressed that historical documents are not just records of the past, but valuable tools for future generations to learn about their roots and cultural heritage. As part of the celebration, the Puerto Archive and Memory Exhibition remains open through June 5th at City Hall, showcasing photographs, documents, and historical materials that tell the story of Puerto Vallarta's remarkable evolution. For residents and visitors alike, it's a unique opportunity to connect with the history behind one of Mexico's most beloved coastal destinations. With information from Fernanda Bojorquez, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
It is pretty amazing to look at the city, the city pausing to look back at its own roots, especially during such a huge milestone anniversary. If you love this place as much as we do and want to see how a small fishing village turned into the destination it is today, definitely swing by City Hall before June 5th to check out those old photos and archives for yourself. And if you're looking for another perfect way to bring family and friends together this coming weekend, we've got a delicious recommendation for your Sunday morning plans. Take a listen to this special spotlight from another one of our sponsors.
Yes, make your Sunday count with a delicious brunch overlooking the Marina Vallarta Golf Club. Enjoy a full breakfast buffet from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., plus unlimited mimosas just for 135 pesos for adults and 285 for juniors. Easy parking at Paseo de la Marina 430, and you can reserve now at 322-221-0073. Treat yourself for this Sunday and enjoy.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, business leaders in Puerto Vallarta are sounding the alarm over a rise in robberies and extortion affecting everybody. Business leaders in Puerto Vallarta are calling for stronger security measures following concerns over an increase in robberies and extortion cases affecting both residents and the local businesses. Speaking after a meeting of the Regional Public Security Council, Coparmex Puerto Vallarta President Francisco Vinciano warned that growing perceptions of insecurity could impact investment and economic development in the city. Vinciano emphasized that public safety is essential for maintaining a strong business climate and attracting new investment. He noted that while the addition of 35 new police patrol vehicles is a positive step, authorities must also increase patrols in commercial districts, tourist corridors, and areas with a high concentration of businesses. The business sector is also expressing concern over telephone extortion scams, which have reportedly affected dozens of local establishments. Coparmex is urging authorities to strengthen enforcement against extortion and establish a specialized prosecutor's office to investigate these crimes more effectively. Business leaders are also encouraging residents and business owners to report crimes, stressing that public participation is critical to improving security and preserving Puerto Vallarta's competitiveness as a leading tourist destination. Thanks again to Rodrigo Lopez for this story.
And we'll keep you posted on how the city steps up. But in the meantime, definitely stay alert and don't hesitate to report anything suspicious. 911 is the number to call. And talking about crime in Vallarta, a police response was reported Tuesday morning in De Los Sauces neighborhood, where a taxi driver was allegedly assaulted by a foreign national.
Foreign national allegedly assaults taxi driver in Los Sauces, Puerto Vallarta. A significant police and emergency response was reported Tuesday morning in the Los Sauces neighborhood after a taxi driver was allegedly assaulted by a foreign national near the intersection of Cardinal and Canario Streets. According to preliminary reports, the taxi driver had picked up a foreign man who had reportedly been involved in a dispute with his romantic partner earlier in the El Pitial district. The passenger then requested transportation to the U.S. consulate. Authorities say that during the trip, an altercation broke out between the passenger and the driver, escalating into a physical confrontation. Witnesses at the scene quickly contacted emergency services, prompting an immediate response from local authorities. Municipal police officers arrived to secure the area and interview those involved, while paramedics provided medical attention to the foreign national, who sustained minor injuries. Officials indicated that his condition did not require hospitalization. Shortly afterward, friends of the foreign national arrived at the scene and reportedly took responsibility for the damages caused to the taxi. The incident remains under review by the appropriate authorities as they continue their investigation. No further details regarding possible charges or the identities of those involved have been released at this time. With information from Guadalupe Arce, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
That's for sure not the kind of drama that you would ever expect to see on a quick taxi ride here in Vallarta. Okay, let's move forward on something that literally has thousands of people looking up at the sky with their jaws open because the Aztec Eagles put on quite a show for Vallarta's anniversary.
Thousands of residents and visitors gathered along Puerto Vallarta's iconic Malecón to witness a spectacular aerial display by Mexico's renowned Aztec Eagles aerobatic squadron as part of the city's anniversary celebrations. The event marked Puerto Vallarta's 108th anniversary as a municipality and its 58th anniversary as a city. 7 aircraft and 12 pilots from the Mexican Air Force took to the skies, performing a series of precision maneuvers that captivated the crowd. The demonstration featured tight formation flying, synchronized crossings, and complex aerial routines showcasing the skill, discipline, and coordination of the squadron's pilots. Prior to the public performance, the team conducted final rehearsals and safety preparations at Military Base No. 6 within the 41st Military Zone. Families lined the Malecón from early morning to secure a viewing spot for what became one of the most anticipated events of the anniversary festivities. Spectators responded with enthusiastic applause and admiration throughout the show. The Aztec Eagles performance was one of the highlights of Puerto Vallarta's official celebration program, adding excitement and pride to a historic milestone for the city and its people. With information from Fernanda Bojerquez, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
It was seriously such a cool show. My daughter and I were right out there looking up at the sky. And honestly, watching those planes fly by was just incredible. She absolutely loved it. It's definitely not every day you get to see that kind of action right over at the Malecón. And it was the perfect day, and the perfect way to wrap up the city's big anniversary. But anyways, now I want to give a special thank you to the talented Diego Cruz for helping me look camera ready tonight. Diego's a professional makeup artist and skincare specialist with experience working for some of the world's most prestigious luxury beauty brands. His attention to detail, creativity, and expertise make him a favorite for special events. Weddings, photo shoots, any occasion where you want to look and feel your absolute best. If you're ready to elevate your look or simply pamper yourself, reach out to Diego Cruz. He's so nice. And you can find him on Instagram at makeup@Diego Cruz or call him at 322-198-2021. Diego Cruz, because confidence starts with looking your best. And with that, we're going to say goodbye, Mr. Brandt.
That is it. We get to leave. Speaking of how you look so marvelous.
Oh, thank you.
Love it.
It's all makeup.
It's all makeup. And I'm sure you look marvelous out there, too. Have a great week. That's the end of the news for today. We'll be back again on Monday night, as we always do, at 7 p.m. local time. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language. Have a great night.
Bye-bye. Have a great month.